Hello, everyone. Excellent evening, everyone. Excellent evening to every one of us. We're all highly welcome to this evening's broadcast. Welcome, welcome. So today we are coming your way and we're going to be looking at menopause and me. Menopause and me. So if you've joined me live, you can greet. So I can welcome you to this evening's broadcast as we look at the changes, the challenges, and the coping strategies you can use. Okay, looking at that broad topic, menopause and me. You're highly welcome. Welcome to this evening's broadcast. Remember, this is Aging with Grace, and in Aging with Grace Wellness, we believe that wellness is a necessity for good life. We believe that wellness is a necessity for good life, and whatever will save you pain is great gain for you. Okay, so you're all highly welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining me this evening. If you've joined me live, you can greet so I can welcome you. Welcome you. I hope I'm on Aging with Grace because I can't see myself here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you join me live, okay, you can greet so I can welcome you to this evening's broadcast. Welcome, welcome. We're looking at menopause and me. Menopause and me. So we're looking at the changes. We're looking at the coping methods. We're also looking at the challenges that you can face if you're having menopause. So if you've joined me live, you can greet so I can welcome you to this evening's broadcast as we look at menopause and me, okay? All right. So wellness is a necessity for good life. If you want good life, wellness is a necessity. It's an essential commodity. And then whatever saves you pain is great gain for you. Remember to follow me on my other social media platforms: Aging with Grace in TikTok, Aging with Grace in Instagram, Aging with Grace also in YouTube. Okay, so if you join me live, you can greet so I can welcome you to this evening's broadcast. Welcome, welcome to every one of us here. I think I can see myself now, and I just want to make sure I drop a heading so that people can join. So let's share. If you've joined me live, share so we can welcome you, okay? Share, and also greet so we can welcome you this evening, okay? So bring out your phones and share. Let me also share to your family members, share to your story. In 24 hours is gone. I tell you, you might be saving a life. I can remember one of the things that made it so essential for me and made me, that has encouraged me to make sure I keep teaching, keep telling many people about menopause. The first menopause video I did, there was a lady and she just called. I was even still live when she was calling. I had to answer. I said, I'll call you when I'm through. I then called and I said, madam, what is it? Say, ma, I just ran to Onitsha from Lagos. So hey, all the things you have described, that's what is doing me. And I've been in my village. She says she's from Onitsha, and she has been going from one hospital to the other in Lagos. She thought they were chasing her from village. She now said, let her just go to that village and go and meet those people. So when she got there, nothing changed until she listened to the videos, okay? So that day, I now told her, discussed with her, we talked at length. She was so she's like, as if I was in her body, that, to say everything that is happening to her. Just click that share and share out now. There's somebody out there who needs to listen to this video. There's somebody out there who needs this information that we are sharing today about menopause and me. We're going to be looking at changes in your body, why your body is changing. We're going to be looking at some of the challenges that we as perimenopausal and menopausal women go through. And we're also going to be looking at how do we cope with this thing, okay? We all know that menopause describes the stage of a woman's life when her menstrual period stops permanently. That's that stage of menopause, and she can no longer get pregnant. Now, there are what we call peri and pre, and then post, okay? So pre is before peri. Pre is still someone who is still giving birth, who is still in that top form, okay? And then peri is peripheral of menopause now, and then menopause proper before we now talk about post-menopause. So menopause is not a disease, it's not a disorder, it is a normal part of aging for us women. It's a stage of aging for us women, and it's also the time leading up to menopause. That time leading up to menopause is called perimenopause. That's the menopausal transition period. It's called perimenopause. Now, menopausal women have no or mild menopausal symptoms, and they may even feel relieved when they no longer need to worry about periods or getting pregnant. That's the thing with menopause proper. Okay, it's a time you can also enjoy. A lot of women dread entering menopause, but I tell you, no, it's a stage in your life that you have to go through. If you don't go through it at 50, you will go through it at 55 or 60, but you will still go through it. So what I always tell people is, instead of being afraid, instead of looking for how to dodge it, why don't you embrace it? You know, take the bull by the horn and make sure you embrace it very well. So that means you have to prepare yourself for it. You need to prepare yourself for it. Okay, so for some women, that menopausal transition can bring various symptoms, including hot flushes. That's one of the most common. 75% of women go through hot flushes, night sweats, trouble sleeping, joint and muscle discomfort comes, which might also lead to maybe like arthritis and other things like that. Okay, then there's also pain during intercourse, moodiness, irritability, discomfort, forgetfulness, memory issues, difficulty concentrating, and a combination of others. I've already handled 70 symptoms of menopause, 34 symptoms of menopause. I'm not here for symptoms. I'm here for us to discuss the challenges and how you can cope, okay? All right, we'll still mention symptoms, of course. Now, women who are concerned about menopausal symptoms should actually not be, okay? You need to look at your lifestyle. You must go through some lifestyle changes when you hit that age of menopause. It's not business as usual. That's the problem a lot of us have. We think it's just business as usual. No, it's not business as usual. You need to be sure that you do some things that can help you, okay? All right, so I want to welcome Stella Iluyomade. I want to welcome Florence Onyemachi. I want to welcome Nkechi Ajoshe. Good evening. How are you doing, Nkechi? God bless you. Olubumi Ololade. Good evening. God bless you. Ellen Vincent. Good evening. Thank you from Jos. Oh, wow. Thank you for joining me. It's always beautiful watching your videos, though the network is so poor today. Oh, my goodness. The network is good here. You can watch the replay. So sorry, Elima, okay? Hello, Tuchi. Atinuke Mary, you are all highly welcome to this evening's broadcast. Now, like I said, once you're entering menopause, perimenopause is not business as usual. That's one truth we need to tell ourselves. It's no more like before, okay? Your body is going through a lot of chemical changes, a lot of psychological changes, a lot of physical changes going on, okay? So you need to understand menopausal transition. You need to understand it. If you have a good understanding of menopausal transition, it will help you to know what to do, okay? So that transition into menopause usually starts with changes in your menstrual cycle, okay? The pattern will change, and a lot of women get very disorganized and very concerned about that. Some are afraid, oh, have I gotten pregnant? The others are, oh, do I have any infection? The others are like, what's happening to me? Especially for those who have not had all the children they want to have, okay? So once you start missing your menstrual cycle, another thing that will begin to happen is hot flushes will begin and other symptoms will come. So because of this, that's why I'm saying it's not business as usual. You need to take care of yourself more than before. You need to listen to your body more than before at this period, okay? So most women begin their menopausal transition between ages 45 and 55, that 10 years gap. That's when most people would have begun. And the process may actually last several years. Like I've told us before, 7 to 14 years. There are some women that they start at 45, they don't even get to their period, their menopausal time until they are actually 60, okay? So it's between like 7 to 14 years, and women actually reach menopause at different stages, and the average age is about 52 years, okay? in some countries like United States of America, and it's like 51 in some other countries. Okay, so you only know that you've reached menopause when you have not had your period for a month. When you have not had your period for a period of 1 full year, that's when you know that you have reached menopause. Okay, so like I said, you need to be very, very careful about your body. You need to take care of your body. You need to listen to your body. You need to make sure that that what you're going through, that your life is what it's supposed to be. Okay, all right, so you're supposed to be sure that your life is what it's supposed to be. Now, another thing is that during the menopausal transition, the body's production of estrogen and progesterone, that is the two hormones made by your ovaries, will decline greatly. So the progesterone production, estrogen production will decline. And changes in these two hormones actually explains the symptoms that many women go through during this period. That is the cocoa of the matter, is the changes in these two hormones that actually now, determines and what happens to you. Now, symptoms related to menopause can last between 2 to about 8 years, though the timing and the symptom are highly variable among women. There are no two women that will go through exactly the same way. Just like pregnancy, even in a woman's life, you find out that each pregnancy will come with its own methods, its own symptoms, its own ways. So also different, by the time you're going from age to age, even your menopausal symptoms and your reaction and what happens in your body would change. So these factors are likely influenced by your genetics as well as external factors, your race, ethnicity, culture, lifestyle, most importantly, and environment. Okay, now you find out that the Asians, they don't actually go through menopausal symptoms like the Americans. They have less. In fact, some of them don't even know when they go from premenopause to menopause. They don't even know, because of their feeding, their diet, their lifestyle. So your genetics is also very, very important in determining how you go through your menopause or the changes that you have and how you can cope. Then your culture, like I said, the Mediterranean diet people, that's the Asian and American. Okay, your race also, whether you a black, white, red, can actually also determine that. And when we talk about ethnic groups, it's because many people, the environment where they live in or the environment where they grow will actually also determine how they go through. For example, when we talk about environment, winter, those who have cold, they go through hot flushes and night sweats, but not as much as those in the heat area. Okay, so your environment is also very important. For example, also when we talk about lifestyle, people who smoke, they have early onset of menopause. Now, when I talk about people who smoke, remember that I also talk about secondary smokers. It's not just primary smoker. So like now, if you have your husband and your husband is a chain smoker, you find out that you enter menopause earlier than you would have. Okay, so now also black women, white women, compared to white women, black women are likely to have early onset of menopause. Why? Because and they also have longer periods. But now the Asian women, like I said, they hardly suffer from menopausal symptoms. All right, so these are all the things. Then during menopausal transition also, your body begins to use energy differently. Okay, and the distribution of fat in your body also changes, and you will gain weight more easily. That's why you find out women, middle-aged women, you always hear them say, I'm tired, oh, I'm tired, I can't do this, oh, I need to stop, things like that. Yes, age is also part of it, but again, because of menopausal transition, the energy in their body is used differently. Okay, and they may also experience changes in their bone density, osteoporosis, heart health, body shape, composition and physical function because of the visceral fat. Visceral fat is very, very bad, and it can actually lead to a lot. So as much as possible, you need to understand that that fat is not good, and you need to do something about it. A lot of people had stroke, had heart attacks because of visceral fats. Okay, now also it may be difficult for you to tell whether you are in menopausal transition sometimes. If you're having symptoms like hot flushes, irregular periods, or trouble sleeping, you may also, it might be a clue that you're going through your perimenopause. Okay, and then, like I said, for you to be able to determine, there are so many things you think about. You look at your genetics, your mother, your senior sisters, you know, how did they go through menopause. You need to consider that. You also need to consider your history. Okay, that's what will also make you determine your menopausal, whether you're going through your menopausal transition. And that, in some cases, some women's period will stop at a very, very early stage. Okay, and then they might not even, like I was speaking with one woman the other time, she's not menstruating again, but she still goes through everything. So I asked her, I said, you are still looking for a child, just go and do your hormone check. Okay, go and check your hormonal levels, and also go and check if you're ovulating, because you might be ovulating and you're not having period. You might be having period and you're not ovulating. Some of these hormonal changes can be very, very funny. Okay, so also during menopausal transition, your body, like I said, will use fat differently. Okay, so just make sure you look at yourself. So while the menopausal transition may commonly be referred to as menopause, through menopause can be confirmed until you have had your missed your period for 12 consecutive months. Okay, so for that reason, you do not want to actually get pregnant at that period for people who have already finished having their babies. Okay, so that's why a lot of us go through birth control. Okay, some people go through birth control for like some months. They put in several things. Me, I just took the bull by the horn. I say, whoa, 7 children is enough. I had to go through the extreme that many women fear. You know, there are some of these things, birth control, that you use, you begin to go through so many issues, you know, bloating and things like that. I just say, oh, I don't want to go through it. So you need to talk with your husband, talk with your seniors, look at what can work for you, and make sure you do what works for you, or else you will just be getting pregnant. I know one woman that she will say, oh, it has come again, she's using natural method. Okay, even though some people, their religion will not let them use any other thing. So menopause is a natural process. It usually happens to us as women. Everybody will go through it. Okay, and again, menopause can actually result also from a surgical operation. Like if you remove both your ovaries, if you remove both ovaries, you will go into sudden menopause. So if you have surgery to remove your ovaries and you're not taking all the supplements that you're supposed to take, you will stop having your period, and you may experience such tremendous, horrible, terrific symptoms at once. So it's always good for you, when you're going for such surgeries, talk with your doctor, let them tell you, tutor you, educate you on all the side effects that can happen. Okay, so after menopause, women are more vulnerable to certain health conditions. You need to understand that. And that's why you need to watch yourself during perimenopausal period. Okay, you need to watch yourself during perimenopausal period. I'm live. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. I have somebody who has a serious case. I'll get back to her. All right, so like I was saying, after menopause, there are so many conditions that could come. Okay, hello Chideb, how are you? Good evening. Oh, Osaye, good evening, God bless you. Grace Titus, good evening, God bless you. Lizzie, you're welcome. All right, so during perimenopause, you need to be very, very careful about your body. Listen to your body, do what you're supposed to do, lifestyle changes, take the supplements required, take your food the way it's supposed to be done, if you do all this, there are so many, even if you're weighty, you will not have that visceral fat. Okay, some people are fat, really, really genetically fat and things like that, but you find out that when you check their midsection, you find out that it's not yet that big. And there are some people who are slim. They will be slim everywhere, but when it comes to that midsection, they have it. Okay, so it's not even about weight per se, but weight is not good for you. So when you don't go through your menopause well, your perimenopause, you're going to be very vulnerable to heart conditions like heart diseases, stroke, osteoporosis, diabetes, arthritis. Okay, so during this time, it's very, very important for you to continue to eat healthy diet and stay active. Very, very important. You must eat healthy diet and you must stay active, and then you need to get enough calcium and vitamin D for your bone. My gynecologist helped me a lot with this, because actually in my mom's line, I think they have genetically issues with bone. They are not very fat people, but you find out that you see that this person is having one issue or the other with the bone. So my doctor told me, said, Miss Mama Joshua, that's what he calls me. It's not Joshua, is even now, is how many, what number, but that's the one he delivered. So all the others after Joshua, the ones before Joshua, the one he remembers is Mama Joshua. So you need your calcium. He talked to me and he said, look, go and get a good calcium. And if you're getting your calcium, get the one that has vitamin D in it. He said, because you need vitamin D to be able to absorb your calcium very well. And I ran into Forever Living Calcium. Absolutely amazing. It has vitamin D and it has other minerals that you need to absorb it very well. It has magnesium, it has zinc, it has vitamin D, it has vitamin C and calcium in one capsule. So you're able to take all that you need. If you know you have osteoporosis issues with your family line, arthritis in your family line, get Forever Calcium and start it as your dietary supplement. It's not something you take when you have issues. Yes, it can help. I have a woman that has serious pain. She had taken so many medicines for arthritis, it wasn't going. Hers was because she was having, like, her bone density was reducing. So when she used this, it was okay for her. But you use it as your dietary supplement. Even if you're taking other ones for arthritis like Active HA, Forever Freedom, you still need your calcium. It will help you. Okay, so you need to make sure you're getting your enough calcium. Now, what are the signs and symptoms of menopause? What are the signs and symptoms? Okay, how women experience the menopausal transition, like I said, vary. Many women have mild symptoms that can be managed with lifestyle changes, like avoiding caffeine, dressing in layers if you're having hot flushes, carrying portable fans. Okay, but for some other women, the symptoms can be very, very severe and it can last for a lot of years. So that severe symptoms varies greatly around the world by race, ethnicity, and among other women. For such women, there are most common changes that they will notice in their midlife. Okay, some may be part of aging. That's the truth about it. It might not be menopause. It might just be that the people are aging. Okay, it might not be directly related to menopause, but also some are actually related to menopause. And if that is the case, they need to hold it by the hand and make sure they do something about it. There is one supplement, Forever Vitalized for Women. My company made Vitalized for Women for us women. Okay, if you're having hot flushes, if you're having night sweats, if you're having irritability, if you're having urinary issues, bowels and bladder issues, this is for you. Now, let's even go and look at a few signs and symptoms that is general. Remember, I have done 70 symptoms. In that 70 symptoms or 34 symptoms, you'll be able to say, oh, you will pick your own. But these ones I'm about to mention, maybe like 6 or 7 of them, are general. The more percentage of people would go through it. Number one is changes in your period. This one is for everyone. 100%. Okay, It might be what you will notice first. It might not be what you will notice first, but you will notice it within time. Okay, so your period may no longer be regular. They may be shorter and they can last longer. You might bleed more, you might bleed less than usual, but all you know is that it's not going to be usual. Okay, and all of this can be normal changes, but make sure that there isn't a problem. Okay, and that's why I recommend Forever Vitalize Women for every woman that is 35 and above, at least, so that you can prevent a lot of these symptoms and also prevent a lot of infection if you start using this, because one is prone to more infection at this period. Okay, now, when do you go to start looking for help? When you see when your period happen to very close together. Okay, it happens very close together. Like now, some people might even have it for 2-3 months running non-stop. You need to go and see a doctor. Or you have it after 3 days, it's coming again. After 5 days, it's coming again. You need to go and see a doctor. You need to go and talk. You need to do something about it. Okay, if you supplement you're taking, you start. If you have not started, then if you're having heavy bleeding, you need to watch it. Okay, and if you have bleeding or spotting after sex, when you have had sex with your husband, after intercourse, or in between your periods, it's something you need to watch. And if your period lasts for more than 1 week, it's something you need to watch. And if you start bleeding or spotting again after having a period for more than 1 year, you have not had a period for more than 1 year, and you start spotting or you start bleeding, then you need to watch it also. Okay, especially if the bleeding or spotting is for a while. Then another sign is hot flushes and night sweats. This one is also generalized. Remember, I've handled 70 symptoms of menopause. You can go on Facebook and just type aging with grace 70 symptoms of menopause, and you will get that video, so you can watch the full video. I'm just looking at a few today, okay, because we are looking at challenges and how you can cope with them. Okay, all right. Now, hot flushes and night sweats are also called vasomotor symptoms. Okay, and they are among the most common symptoms of menopause. Like I said, hot flushes is a sudden feeling of heat, most often in the upper part of your body, your face, okay, your neck, and then your neck will now become flushed. That's how you feel it. Okay, now, red blotches may appear on your chest, back, arms. Heavy sweating and cold shivering can also follow. Now, night sweats and hot flushes occur during the night, and they actually disrupt a lot of people's sleep. Most hot flushes last between 30 seconds to 10 minutes. They can actually happen several times in an hour, a few times a day, or just once a week or in 2 weeks. It's not heat, so during this period it's so hot. So for people who say they are going through hot flushes, no, heat, everybody goes through heat. When everybody is sweating, it's not hot flushes. Hot flushes, you will be the only one. In fact, you might even be in an air conditioned room. You just find out that for a period of 10 minutes to about like 30 seconds to about 10 minutes, you just find out that what's happening to me? Why am I feeling hot? Some people, theirs is so much that it comes with fever. Okay, so that's it. Remember, the most popular one: period change, hot flushes, and night sweat. Another very regular or more generalized one is also loss of bladder control. During menopause or perimenopause, many women develop bladder or urinary problems. A loss of bladder control, that's like bladder incontinence. Okay, you will just have a sudden urge to urinate, or urine may leak during exercise, or when you're sneezing, or when you're laughing, you will find out that urine is leaking. Okay, so menopause also increases the risk of developing urinary tract infection, like I said. So if you're experiencing urinary problem, you need to do something about it. And again, like I said, Vitalize Women is something that would actually prevent that, okay, and help you to actually manage well and make sure that you're out of all these urinary tract issues that may occur for women. Okay, all right. So another generalized problem is problems with sleeping. Okay, around menopause period, perimenopause and menopause, some women will start having problems getting a good night's sleep. Maybe you can't fall asleep easily, or you wake up too early. Okay, so that's one of it. You wake up early and you're just there. For some of us who are still with our husbands, you'll be like, this man is just snoring away and you're still not able to sleep off, okay? Night sweat or a need to urinate might be what will wake you up. So you see that these things work in cycle, okay? We're talking about night sweats. That's like having hot flushes in the night and need to urinate, you know, bladder problem. So you can just wake up in the middle of the night, urinate, and you're not able to sleep off again. And if you wake up during the night, you might then have trouble sleeping back, okay? So you need to work on how to improve your sleep. Go and watch my video on sleeping, okay? Sleep disorder and sleeping. It will help you also to know what to do. Then again, you will experience changes in vaginal health and sexuality. It's another regular one, or let me not say regular, but that is also spread across for many women, because around menopause the vagina may become drier, which will actually make sexual intercourse uncomfortable, okay? Now you need to watch it also, because a lot of people are beginning to have issues with their marital life, their relationship with their husbands because of this. And it's not as if the men don't care. Some of them, they care, they bother, but of course they just wonder for how long is this going to be. I was dealing with a woman some week, maybe like last week or so, and I told her, go and get your natural lubricant. I didn't come out here with it, it's on the other table. Aloe jelly. Get a water soluble natural lubricant. It can help you. Aloe jelly is just aloe vera gel, well done in a proper serene environment. I use it a lot. I use it a lot for so many things, okay? So it will actually change your sex life. It's going to actually help. And then multi-marker, we have our multi-marker. Multi-marker is another good one that can help you, because at this period you're losing libido, you're not sexually enhanced. So multi-marker will help to give you that good libido. And then the aloe jelly can actually help you. That one is topical, okay? So for those of you who are having pains, who are already have bruises, the aloe jelly will help the bruise to go and also make it easier for you to enjoy sex more. So you need to actually work on it. Don't just stay, okay? Because your self-drive will become lower and you will not feel free and you are not going to be comfortable about it, okay? So, and it has its advantage at this period. Remember, you're not afraid of getting pregnant. So you're actually supposed to enjoy sex at this period, but then because your vaginal wall is drier, it's difficult for you to enjoy sex. But there are solutions, like I said. Multi-marker will help you. Royal jelly is also another thing. Royal jelly will help natural lubrication that will come from inside, okay? And then you can actually also use aloe jelly. It's in a tube, like I said. It's on my table. I didn't come to this area with it. It can actually help you. So but remember, even at this period, there's still very much risk of sexually transmitted infections such as gonorrhea, HIV, and the rest. So you need to be very, very careful. Safe sex is the best thing for you, okay? Safe sex is the best thing for you. All right, so let's another sign that you might have is your body will look and seem different. Your waist could get larger. You could also lose more muscles and gain weight. You will have a lot of fat. I think the label of this dress is scratching me. That's why it's itching me, I mean. That's why I've been scratching. I was like, it's the label of the dress I'm wearing. Okay. So your skin can become thinner and drier, and your joints and your muscle could feel stiff, weak, and achy. All these are menopausal symptoms, okay, because your estrogen level is reducing. And that's why prevention is safer, better, and cheaper than cure. Get your Vitalized Women. I tell you, if you start taking Vitalized Women as your dietary supplement, you might take it like twice a day initially and reduce to once a day, and then even reduce to every other day. Okay, so a bottle can last you for 3 months if you've taken it a while and it has entered your body and is beginning to do the work. It's people who are just starting that might just take it so that they can take enough of it to actually work for them. After that, you spread it out. Okay, sometimes one bottle lasts me now for like 2 months. I don't take it like before. I can take it every other day or just once a day. This one is supposed to be taking 4 a day, but I take it like 2 a day, so it lasts me for 2 months. But no hot flushes, no night sweats, none of those menopausal symptoms. I don't talk about them. Okay, so it's very, very good for you to have it as your dietary supplement to stay away from such. No, not talking about dry hair, not talking about joint pains, not talking about stiffness, not talking about weaky or achy or paining body. No, 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 no. Okay, some people might actually also notice memory problems or trouble focusing. Researchers are exploring some changes and how they can relate to hormonal changes and people growing older. They want to differentiate, is this because I'm getting older or is this because of menopause? Okay, so it's always good for you to understand your body, listen to your body and know what to do. So now let's go to coping with menopause. What is right for me? What is right for you at this period? Okay, so deciding whether and how to handle your symptoms which are related to menopause can be complicated and it can be personal. There is no blanket rule that covers for everyone. There is no rule you will come and say, oh, that's how it's supposed to go for everyone here. Let me greet those who have greeted, not those who are watching and not greeting. Hey, hello, Lori Bumi, how are you? Good evening. Talbot, how are you? Good evening. God bless you. There are so many people watching. I can't greet everybody. Okay, now, many women find that they do not need treatment for menopausal symptoms. Simple supplements like Vitalize Women, if you can afford it. If you can afford it, you go on your B polling. Okay, either Vitalize Women or B polling. I think this is nearly half price of this, and they do almost the same thing. Okay, this is nearly half price of this and they do almost the same thing. I know that this is much stronger, but some people, if you're having it really mild, you can just go with your B polling, is half the price. Okay, just be consistent, get the one that you can afford and be consistent with it. Okay, so for some women you might need to go through some treatments. Okay, but remember, lifestyle changes and non-hormonal medications and supplements can actually help you, like I'm saying. So, okay, to determine the approach that is right for you, you need to sit down and look at your symptoms. Get your paper and biro before you start running to anywhere, before you start doing helter-skelter, before you start condemning and looking for people from the village that are doing you. Nobody from the village is doing you anything, okay? So get your paper and biro. Number one, what is your family history? You need to find out so that you will know genetically how it happens. Then number two, you need to look at your own medical history. What have you been going to? You write them down. That's before you approach this time. And then you also need to look at your lifestyle. What am I eating? What am I drinking? How am I eating? When am I eating? When am I drinking what I'm drinking? You need to write it down. Then you also need to look at your environment and find out about your environment. When you have done this, so no matter what you now decide, you need to now look at it. Okay, what is happening? How can I help? Which one am I not doing right? You begin to remove and change the things you're not doing right. For example, at this age, portion control is supposed to be part of your lifestyle. 75% of vegetables, 25% of protein and carbohydrates, and then complex carbohydrate. That's what you're supposed to take. Okay, so you need to talk about these changes with your husband, with people around you, with people like us who are experienced and know what you will do. So what do you now do to be able to cope? Number one, eat healthy diet. Nutritious dense diet, very, very important for you and very, very good for you. You need to go on nutritious dense diet. They're absolutely very, very important. Hello Bumi, good evening, God bless you. Okay, and one of the best ways to cope with menopause is to enter the life transition as healthy as possible. So you don't wait till you have entered menopause. From around 30, 35, begin to change your diet. Begin to find out the supplements that are good for you and begin to take them. For example, collagen. From age 25, you lose 1% of collagen every year. So by the time you're 75, you've lost more than 50% of the collagen in your system. Can you see that? And in fact, it even increases with age. It can turn to 3% every year at certain age. So what do? Start off on time and start taking your collagen. These are Infinifemi complex with collagen. If you start off on time, you will not be looking for how to remove lines. The lines will not just come until maybe you're 70 plus, okay? So eat healthy, supplement what you're eating. Good health starts with good nutrition. Fill your diet with plenty fruits and vegetables, whole grains, healthy protein, and healthy fats. I've done healthy oil before. Maybe I'm going to repeat that video live one of these Wednesdays so that we can look at it again. It should be deep down. But if you type aging with grace and healthy oil, you're going to get it, okay? Healthy fats are good for you. Omega-3, very, very good for you. You don't have to run away from them, but they are good for you, okay? Then another thing you need to watch when we're talking about healthy diet, I want to talk about weight gain, because weight gain is a common complaint for menopausal women. But if you're eating healthy diet, it won't be a problem for you, okay? You find out that fat will not be an issue for you. The second thing you must do to be able to cope with menopause is getting enough calcium and vitamin D in your diet. It's compulsory. It's very, very compulsory, because your changing estrogen level are responsible for many of the symptoms you're experiencing as you approach menopause, from irregularities in your period and your menstrual cycles to hot flushes to osteoporosis. So in addition to the physical symptoms, changes in your estrogen level can actually affect your bone health also. So get enough calcium and vitamin D. In fact, to keep your bones healthy, strong, and also prevent osteoporosis, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists recommends you include vitamin D-rich supplements in your food, and even vitamin D-rich foods in your food. I remember that I told you that my gynae told me about this, and I started on time to take my calcium. And this calcium, because it's mixed with vitamin D, is very, very good. Also take vitamin D rich foods like fortified, like yogurt, eggs, salmon, fish, okay? They will help you. Then if you're struggling to meet up your needs, I recommend, you might be struggling, oh, how do I meet up with my vitamin D in salmon? How do I meet up with my vitamin D in eggs? Take calcium supplements. They are 100% organic. They are 100% natural, without side effects. Those are going to help you. Then another thing that you must do to cope with menopause is to engage in regular exercise. Regular exercise is a great coping strategy for us. I take my 2 hours walk every morning, okay? So in addition to lifting your mood and alleviating some of your stress, exercise will help to maintain a healthy weight and also improve your bone health. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic exercises. Dance. We did dance exercise on Saturday. You can go and watch that video and learn some moves you can use. You can do brisk walk. You can ride your bicycle. Even if it's your static bicycle, you can ride that, okay? That's the list you should have. 30 minutes walk. 30 minutes brisk walk. That's the list you should have. You can do that 5 days a week, and then add 2 days of full body strength training activities and weight bearing activities that you can do. Then the fourth way to cope is to keep a thermal flask of cold water ready. Some people say, they say don't take cold water. I say, during hot flushes, you will know that cold water is very good, okay? Hot flushes can be very unbearable as during menopause. So drinking cold water during an episode will help cool things down and lessen this intensity of of the symptoms you're having. Me, I love cold water. That's not why I just coughed. And it's best for you to make water your beverage, okay? Make water your beverage. So take water the way you will love the water. So you might not just have to take very, very cold one, but cool enough to help you. Cool enough to help you. It's very, very good for you. Then another thing you can do that can help you cope with menopausal symptoms is to avoid trigger foods. There are some foods that trigger off some menopausal symptoms, like foods that are inflammatory prone, simple carbohydrates, sugar. They are not good for you. That can cause inflammation in your system. And of course, you know, inflammation can lead to so many diseases, arthritis, diabetes, bloating, pains here and there. You know, some of the pains you're going through is because of the food you're eating. It's because you're taking a lot of sugar, simple carbohydrates. So you need to work on it, okay? So some of those foods can cause some symptoms like hot flushes, night sweat, sleep disorder, osteoporosis, okay? So another thing that you can do is to keep a food diary so that you can track the symptoms you're having when you eat food. Like if you take certain food, you might begin to have sleep disorder. So when you're having sleep disorder, when you've taken that food, you track it and know that, oh, this food, maybe you should not take it at night, or you should not even take that food at all, okay? So common culprits for all these hot flushes, night sweat, sleep disorder could be caffeinated beverages. They can cause that. Hot drinks at night can actually also cause that. Hot soup, and then spicy, over spiced food. I love spices a lot, but I don't take spices a lot in the night. I take them in the day. I love spices, but because I'm on Vitalized Women, I go ahead and I eat anything I like. I take my spices, I take it. So I love spices. I like it when you're eating and the pepper is in chukuru, 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 chukuru. So, you know, so these are some of the ways you can cope. I've spent quite some time today talking about a lot that we've already advertised, menopause and me. I've talked about the changes that you see. I've talked about the challenges that can come on the symptoms. And I've also talked about the strategies you can use, okay? Thank you for joining me today. I will see if I have any question. In the absence of any question, I will say good night to you and God bless you real good, okay? All right. So any question? I will just run through. Good evening. Everybody's just greeting. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you all for joining. I really, really appreciate all of you that keep coming to my page to join me on these live videos. And those of you who will watch the replay, you can put #replay and ask your question, and I'm going to get back and answer your questions. Or you can chat me on my WhatsApp number, okay? My WhatsApp number is +234 703 515 1642. +234 703 515 1642. So you can chat me on my WhatsApp number so you can get your product at very discounted rates. And also the Valentine promo you can see ends tonight, so you can still order your product and get your free Shield deodorant. A lot of people got it this time. I did it both for my downlines, my partners, my customers and buyers at this period. So chat me on my WhatsApp number so you can learn how to get yours. +234 703 515 1642. Thank you for joining me today. Love you all. Bye. See you on Wednesday.